Hey everybody, this is PixisDesigns. I just wanted to do a quick update on one of the projects that I was working on for a customer, the Super Wraith, which will be replacing all my Wraiths from henceforth, just because of all the goodies that it packs, and I genuinely believe it's pretty much worth the price that a person would want to pay for it, you know, for a customized, homemade type item. So this is my my creme de la creme of the Super, or the Wraith in general. It's going to have opening doors, obviously shutting doors, plexiglass, front windshield. Actually, they're all acrylic glass. This will come with 3 twin double Gatlin, what I call automated Gatlin systems, that you can supply for the sides, for the rear. It's also going to come with 3, the word for it escapes me right now, hoists. 3 hoists. One's going to be a long version, and the other 2 are going to be short versions. I'm going to go over how to put all that stuff in here in a little bit. It's going to come with a something to put guns or whatever, backpacks. Backpacks, any backpack will fit inside these holes, so you can actually attach a backpack to the inside of this. The benches can be removed. I do not have a ram cycle down here, but you can look at a previous video and see that the ram cycle will fit on either side with a Gatling gun, or you can fit 2 ram cycles with their Gatling guns into the back. So I'm going to, well, let me remove a little Mezco Destro here real quick and disconnect my phone. Hopefully I don't turn this thing off. Okay. So again, cluster missile system. You got a cluster missile system on here. You'll notice on my previous version I forgot to model the winglets into the body, and well, they're finally there now. And there's the opening door. I finally ordered some screws that are good, that make my life a hell of a lot easier. Larger figures will not fit through here, but your smaller figures will. Anything around beachhead size will fit through that opening to pilot the Super Wraith. This thing may come off mainly because it's not glued in. That's up to the customer to do whenever they receive it. So if you see me fiddling with this to make, that's not a feature. This thing actually does come off. That's why this trim is in here. So whenever you glue it, it hides some of that fuming white crystallization chemical process, whatever super glue does. And I actually did excuse me, just super glue the windows in here, so it's going to be doing some white chemical burns into it. I usually let that sit for a few days, and then I brush it off with a little nylon brush to get all that white chemical burn off of there from the CA glue. So that's not going to be typical of what you will receive. That will usually be brushed out. So for those that actually saw my previous Super Wraith video, I accidentally cut, where's my finger at? I accidentally cut through the acrylic. Well, now you'll see that this is actually all etched into it. There's a targeting reticle. And if you see through here, there's a latitude and longitudinal, kind of like a HUD. And those are just like power bars and, you know, stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to give a little bit of sense of realism to whatever the pilot's possibly seen. Again, 2 figures will fit up front, and 4 figures, tight, they will. 4 figures will fit on the bench on one side, and 4 figures will fit on the bench on the other. And there is little slots inside the benches for those that want to like possibly tie your little action figures to it, 6-inch scale, obviously, into the bench to make sure that they don't move around. And these will slide in. I know you really can't see me doing the other one. But this is more for action poses. I don't think you'd actually ever want to keep this thing slid in. I do have bay doors that will seal this whole side off. I've taken them off for now, but I'll do a quick show off of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to pause it real quick, or do a quick jump and get into the removal of the seat and show some of the things this thing does. Okay, so this center section can actually be removed pretty easy, and I say that when I just rotated it. You just pop this thing down, and you can put your finger up underneath there and just remove the whole centerpiece. And it's probably easier if you have everything pulled out like that. So they're just slotted in there. You can kind of see how they look. So that just sits up into the roof like that. And then you can just remove these out. And if you want to put your hoist lines in there, you'll just slide your hoist lines like that. And then when you're ready to use them, you'll just slide them all the way out, slide that all the way out, and then plug this back into the roof, just like that. Now, some of these things won't work with others. If you're to use this right here, your both sides of the bay doors will not be able to plug in. Just because this takes up so much of the roof area. I can't make this any shorter because I got to make this be able to extend out past the landing skids. So it's one of those either ors where you can either not use both bay doors and then just use, I mean, if you're using this for action shots or whatever, you just use this and not use the bay doors, you know. Somebody will get what I'm talking about. Okay, so you just pull this out, pull that out, and you just plug that right back in there. It's actually not too hard to find the holes, so they plug in pretty easy. Of course, here's a long hoist, and it'll go out past the opening bay door. And my printed crates, you will get 4 of these per Super Wraith, and they will fit most G.I. Joe weapons. Most, I mean, your long sniper weapons and stuff like that, it won't fit, but pretty much like 75 to 85% of G.I. Joe weapons, these things will fit. Maybe not a lot, but it will fit most of them. So let me get these out of the way. And, you know, these make for a great display of just, you know, like a playset diorama or whatever if you're taking a picture and stuff like this. This is going to be the hard part because I need to try and get this seat out without losing the front cockpit. So I'm going to hopefully not mess anything up here. This is a lot easier when that front cockpit's glued into it. Just like that. So these plug in with little, I guess you want to call them mushroom clips, or I don't know what you want to call those. But there you have a full and free open rear bay that you can store as much stuff that you can possibly store, especially crate wise. You know, you can do quite a cool little setups in there. Let me pull my phone off. You can see my hand. Now you also have these little tie stations in here near the door that these right here, these little basket crates will plug into. And I'll let you as the customer plug those in. There's some added detail up in there. And let's see if I can do this without messing things up. Of course, you've got some added missiles. This thing's heavily armed, let me tell you guys. I don't think you'd really want to screw with this thing. It's going to come in hot. So not only do you got 4 missiles right there, of course you got the cluster missiles, and you got the up here that are cluster missiles. And then you got some, I keep on stopping my phone for some reason. I don't know how I'm doing that. You got some chaff up here that will blow out to prevent this thing from getting hit. Let's see. What else? Oh, of course you also got the rotating guns as well. There was something else I was going to say. Obviously, you can tell that, you know, from my original Wraith that I've redesigned the landing skid just to be a lot better. Those skids that I originally developed for the Wraith are kind of a pain in the butt to print. There's usually a lot of sanding for me to get those things installed in there, so I'm glad I went with a more different design, probably more conventional design anyways. I think that is about all I've got. Sorry, extreme zoom. Again, 25 inches from nose to tail, 24 inches from one fan to the other fan. And man, I really think that's it. This will not be going up in my store. I know every time I say check out PixisDesigns if you want to purchase this thing. Again, these things take time to make, and I've already got people asking for specifically already the Super Wraith, you know, just because of the pictures that I've put. So I've already got a few people in line that want it. I go off of my list first, and then when I have some time that I can actually put it up in my store, you will see a listing for it. So that's just one of those things. Either you need to come to Etsy and message me and let me know that you want to be put on the list for this to be purchased, or you'll just have to wait for it to show up to be purchasable as a listing. One quick other thing real quick. I do have zip tie points here and here. That way you can hang this from a ceiling. I'm not responsible for this thing falling on your head and potentially injuring you. That's all on you if you wanted to do that, but this can be done. And the few people that have actually done this, they haven't had any issues. Specifically, a certain person that has my Wraith XL that takes pictures all the time off of a boom. He's not had any issues with his zip tie mounts at any point. So, but that's one of those things where you just do it at your own risk. Price. Sorry, I had to look up the price. Price for everything that you see. 4 crates, 2 seats, centerpiece to hold backpacks, the bay door, things that seal the sides up if you wanted to do that. 3 Gatling gun, twin guns, 3 hoists. There's a lot of stuff in this thing. This is $530 shipped. So, and that's typically with PayPal taxes. Etsy, I would probably go down a bit just because I know that they charge you fees and taxes as well, but it's 5:30. I'm in the middle of a shop update. I'm trying to slow down a bit. I've actually had to order a new rack. I've got another printer coming, and I've got 2 that I need to work on and fix. So pretty much none of these are going to accept wings. I just realized I printed something backwards. Business is going good. I appreciate anybody who's been helping not only me make my development time better and provided me with the funds to help create more plastic crack for you all out there. I've been having fun making these things. This is my 4th demon fixing to go out the door. I just cut the acrylic up today to put up in here, so I got to get that the windows glued in there, and this thing will be ready to go out to its newest owner. And I'm printing tracks for another one. So yeah, there we go. I think that is, well, for those that haven't seen it, that's my swamp fire. Old swampy. Okay, anyways, that's it. This is PixisDesigns signing out.